So, for those out there that are looking for business ideas, instead of trying to follow some of them like passive income scams you keep seeing on social media, or if you don't want to get caught up in some pyramid scheme, Bernie Madoff style, I got a I got a couple ideas for you. So I sent a text out really fast, and I asked people, "What is something you tried to hire someone for in the last 6 months?" and that you couldn't find somebody, or they canceled, or I'm looking for anything that you've struggled with, especially during COVID, for someone to like come to your home and do something. And I'll give you a few ideas. For one, I just had someone, I needed a dryer vent duct cleaned out. It The way they designed it when I built the house, I'm pretty sure the guy was drunk, maybe on meth. I don't know, maybe both. But the design of the way he did this pipe with, multiple 90-degree bends, I got to get this vent cleaned out once in a while. The guy I had do it before is not answering his phone, but who the hell answers their phone anymore, and who wants to work and make money? It's crazy. So, I jump on these like local websites like Thumbtack, and no, I'm not. There's no sponsorship here, or nothing. I just use Thumbtack. Is why I'm doing this. And like one person popped up that had like a decent amount of reviews that it seemed like they knew what they were doing, and that's it. The come clean event, and the guy did a good job. But I'm like, man, there's obviously opportunity here for more people to come along to do vent cleaning, and it's one of those things where they always talk about cleaning out your like HVAC. I think you could just probably have a business that's cleaning out dryer vents because it's a fire hazard. You hear people complaining about their clothes aren't drying. They got to dry them 3 or 4 times in a dryer. I don't think it'd be that hard to, just become a pro at dryer vents. Maybe you do all home HVAC, but it seems like dryer vents, you do those all day long, and they charge like 75 to 150 bucks depending on how complex and where your vent is. Man, do that all day long. It's not even hard work. Small startup cost. Someone else replied back, and I had this issue too at one point. Finding anyone to build a fence is a pain in the ass, and it's hard work. I had some, I got a reasonable sized piece of property. I have one fence that runs 300 feet, and I had a bunch of rotten posts, and I don't got time for this shit right now. Trying to find someone to come replace those posts, and I almost didn't even care what I paid. I needed to get it done, and I didn't have time to do it. You can't find no one to do it. And if you just look around for people that actually, just do fences, there's not many. And I was like, wow, people charge a lot of money to do fences. There's another business that you could do. Um, I talked to one friend here. He was trying to get in home music lessons. So, and he couldn't get like any in home music lessons. There's just no one in his area. And he's got enough money to pay. If you're charging $100 an hour, he'd pay you $100 an hour. If you had a little bit of a drive, he'd pay you. Trying to get in-home music lessons, and I'm like, man, if you're like, even in high school, and you play an instrument well, and to go teach like an 8-year-old somewhere, you could be making really good money right now doing music tutoring. Or if you're a college student, um, anything that whatever instrument you're playing, you should get a website up, get on Thumbtack, get somewhere, and go do tutoring to help people get better at whatever musical instrument you're good at. Um, Craziness, but you can't find anybody. And I went and tried to look just to verify that. Yeah, it's not so easy. Everyone's doing virtual lessons, but I do some work in the music industry, and I think about what I learned in music production and all this stuff. You wouldn't want to do anything music virtually. You want someone right there. So, man, if you could make in-home visits right now to go teach someone the whatever instrument you play, man, parents are willing to pay for all that shit. Anything that makes your kids, better, stronger, faster, chances of getting into a better college, parents will pay all day long. So if you got an enterprising mind and you want to be an entrepreneur, even if you're 11th, 12th grade right now, or even, college, man, go tutor kids for your instrument, man. So there's another one, same line. People are trying to find tennis instructors. They were for adults. They were trying to find Like basketball coaches to come to their house and help their kids get better at basketball, golf coaches to come to their house. Um, Anything that you're good at that you can go to someone's house and do. Um, get your website up right now. Go to what's those websites? Wix. I mean they're slow, but get a website up and get your go form your LLC. They're like 125 bucks or something. Get your name, get your stuff set up, and go do it. Um, there's quite a few people I talked to that wanted someone they wanted to do you know, some extra soccer practice at a local park. People are looking for adult tennis. They were looking for basketball. There's all these sports that they wanted to get some one-on-one time to make their kids better. So again, anything parents will pay money like crazy to make their kids smarter or better at sports, better at musical instruments. They will just pay the money. They'll open up that checkbook and just write checks. Man, everyone's saying they can't find nobody. So if I'm like a 12th grader, or if I'm in college and I played soccer for 5, 6, 7 years and I'm good at it, could you pay me 75 bucks an hour to go kick a soccer ball around with your kid? Shit, right now I might go learn some soccer stuff. I'd probably go kick a ball around with some kid right now for 75 bucks, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It's uh, it's just crazy how much stuff is out there that people are willing to pay for, but there's no one doing it right now. So there's opportunity. Um, More complicated stuff, obviously, things like it's still hard to find electricians. Obviously, you need to. It takes years to kind of when you do the journeyman thing and get licensed. But God, if you want to make a career out of that, start chipping away at it right now. You probably had a good career in a couple of years. Any kind of handyman service. I just saw a truck driving down my street. I've known many people that have complained about that. I had a buddy move up here from Tampa. He's having a hard time finding someone to do his lawn and snow. And you think like there used to be so many companies out there, but um, a lot of them are having a hard time finding workers. So like they can't take on new customers. Now, if you're an owner operator, imagine how many customers you could have yourself. If you just went out and you were the person cutting the lawns and plowing the snow. Yeah, you might not be able to find a lot of staff right now, but you could probably have a nice little thriving business where you're doing the work. Um, I just started seeing all these opportunities where young people, do you want to go work at McDonald's or do you want to go kick a ball around with a kid? Do you want to make lattes at Starbucks or do you want to go teach someone how to play the guitar or the piano? Do you want to clean vents? There's all this stuff that. Oh, what's the other one? Power washing. Like, to buy a power washer, learn how to power wash brick pavers, and you get off all the mold and the moss, and you go back through and put the sand or the slag in. There's so many things. Ugh, I'm excited talking about it right now. I love business. I installed car stereos when I was 15, 16 years old. Believe it or not, I would get car stereo parts out of New York, and I had some friends that they're not even friends. I knew some people that had access to some money, let's say, and they like car stereos. So I would order this like cool stuff from New York, and I was installing car stereos. This is how I made money as a teenager. It's it's okay to be enterprising when you're 15, 16, 17 years old. You don't have to be just 100% focused on your STEM at school. It's all your parents talk about. Go figure out how to make some money. When you're in college, learn how to make some money. There's things that you're good at right now, and you have the time in your youth to go teach someone else, whether it's a sport, whether it's an instrument. There's other things you could go do, like I talked about power washing or vent cleaning if you want to start a full on business. So, whether you're doing side gig money or trying to start a new business, if you can do it at somebody's home and make their life easier, people are willing to write the checks. So, greatly overlooked part of the business world. There's people don't want to do nothing anymore. They would rather go to work and make the money and pay someone else to do it. Keep that in mind. Can't find house cleaners in my neighborhood right now. There's a waiting list, I heard, to get on some of the house cleaning lists. Yeah, it sucks. Like I cleaned medical offices when I was like 17 years old in Detroit. It wasn't a great job, but it paid good money. It's just one of those things where, again, do you want to go drive an Uber? Do you want to work at McDonald's? Do you want to work at Starbucks? Or do you want to start a cleaning business? I don't. There's so many things you could do. Detail cars. Oh, I used to have a guy that would come out and detail at my house because I have multiple cars and I don't want to go drop my car off and get a ride. And he took a job in the corporate world. There's another guy that used to do them. I don't know what the hell happened to him. I think maybe he went to jail for a DUI. I don't know. It's hard finding a mobile detailer, and I'll pay a pretty good amount of money for someone to come out to my house and do it, so I don't have to deal with the logistics of moving cars around. It's one of those things you start practicing on your car, and you start doing detailing. Um, that detailing can morph into other things. I know a guy that runs a boat detailing business. They can't find enough people to detail boats. And this isn't just like the average cleaning, like he does all the, buffing, waxing, underpaint, power washing, teak. This dude makes a lot of money. Like he could wash a 45-foot boat and make 150, 200 bucks. Do you know how many of those he can do in a day? He can do a few. Um, yeah, it's real work, but what else are you doing? If you got youth on your side and you got the energy, do you want to go again? Do you want to flip burgers, or do you want to go? He's like, shit, man. I'm out here. I got my shirt off. I'm getting the world's best tan, and I'm making money in the marina. Life ain't bad right now. Listening to music, to clean a boat. So many opportunities out there to just kind of get started and start making some money. And whether you turn that into a larger business, who knows? And maybe it's just a side gig. Everyone's looking for these side gigs to go do stuff online, and you realize there's infinite competition, and there's 20 million people on Fiverr willing to do what you want to charge 25 bucks for some shit the guy on Fiverr is charging $5 for. Go get out in the real world. Go wash boats or cars. Go teach someone an instrument. Go teach someone a sport. Whatever you're good at, because there's people willing to pay money for it. But anyways, that's my quick business tip of the day. If you got any questions on business or something you want me to talk about, drop me a note on my Instagram at JamesPhillip313. Hit me up in a DM with article or whatever it is you want me to give you some insights about, and I'll try to get you featured. Until then, I'm going to catch you on the next one.